Supernatural. This song really, there's two songs I feel the most understood by on this album. It is Supernatural.
The horniest one?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
That's what you feel?
Very much connected to my current life. Really, like it is so connected.
It's so funny. You're like the one I align with the most.
The one about
that's sweet.
alignment.
I am so happy for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you. Do you believe that the right love is actually supernatural?
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's where I'm at right now in life.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
I love that.
Thank you. Let's keep going track by track. True story is up next, but is it actually a true story?
It's an untrue story based on all untrue events. So go on.
A true story about all the lies you fantasize
Yeah.
and the games I know you play.
Yeah, I actually had that hook from the batch of songs that Max and I were working on for the Seth MacFarlane TV show that never happened. So that was like a sister song to Fantasize. A couple of these little seedlings existed before this album. And I actually, in the moment, was like, we might have to save some of these for when we do an album. So that was something that even though there is a version of it out there already on TikTok, I was like, it feels so important. I love it that much that I kind of want to reclaim it and make out of it what I wanted to originally. I didn't want to like let them win in that way, I guess.
What are the biggest changes between what people have heard of that song and what we're getting now?
Oh my goodness, everything. The production, the vocals, the lyrics, everything. It was just like a shell. It was a seedling back then. It was a song about something completely, entirely different. I don't even remember that one anymore.
Can you explain to me your strategy and process when it comes to vocals and what songs require what types of vocals?
Yeah. Well, I'm very picky when it comes to everything. No, but when I'm writing, I literally am writing sitting there with like a mic like this, and I'll just mumble in, and there's a demo version that exists for a while until all the songs are written, and then I'll come back with the proper, like, expensive, beautiful, perfect microphone for whichever vocal we're cutting. Sometimes we'll switch depending on what I'm singing. But this one we actually use the same thing the whole time. I think it was a Telefunken something. I don't know.
Telefunken.
Yeah.
Good microphone.
Let's go.
Yeah. I used one of those for a second.
Yeah,
Definitely not
good.
the one you use, but yeah.
No. But yeah, and then, I don't know, I'm very discerning and weird when it comes to my vocals because I often don't sing as much as I can sing on something because for me it has to feel emotional and it has to feel honest. I don't like to just like sing for the sake of singing. But I am singing a lot more on this album than I was on the last like 3. So that's really nice. I enjoyed singing more. But then again, it felt honest too. So yeah.
I think that's like really interesting. Singing for the sake of singing and not doing that and matching the emotion that the song gives. Right?
Yeah, I'm not like an embellisher for the sake of embellishing.
But you spend a lot of time, manipulating is the wrong word, but like layering and
yeah,
texturizing
that is my
these vocals.
favorite thing in the world. That to me, because it's not like just singing. That's the voice as an instrument. So that to me is separate because I don't feel like that's singing. That feels like music to me. I love adding so many layers and stacks and pads, even if you can't even really hear them, or even if we put like a filter over them so that it sounds like an instrument or a chord that's played on something. It's like, I love that. That's my heaven.
I feel like that's something that not many people know about you is that you will sit behind a computer and layer and do all these vocals.
That's all I do.
Well, and you have since I met you in like 2009.
Yeah.
I remember the first song I ever heard of yours, and it was just that. Like,
yeah. Only that.
I mean, dude, I remember the song like it was yesterday.
I like my idol is Mariah and Imogen Heap.
Yeah.
And I feel like I sit somewhere in between the two of them. Like that's where my brain learned everything from Imogen on the production side and Mariah from the vocal and songwriting side. And both of them, I don't know, in a blender has always been my sort of goal, I suppose.
What first pushed you to learn exactly how to work these programs and be more than just somebody who comes in and lends vocals to something?
Well, I loved watching Imogen. Like when I was a little girl, I fell in love with her. I wanted to have all of the technology that she used on stage, and I wanted to wrap leaves in my hair and have like a looping machine and a tenorion and all these weird things. And I wanted to produce and loop and write. And so I just kind of studied and learned. And yeah,